You've talked a little bit about data. Is there any other data points that you really want to dig into here um, on the need for students to learn digital citizenship?
Yeah, this one came up last month, actually. The CDC came out with their annual report on adolescent behavior, and and the numbers are terrible. So they do this report frequently, but this latest report tells us that 57% of girls, teenage girls, report in the last year feeling a persistent sadness. 57%. And it was a 60% increase over the last report. So you can see the growth. I mean, it's at a rate that really should give us pause. And of those girls that they spoke to, 30% had seriously considered suicide. And that too, since the last report, was a sharp increase. And I think at this point in 2023, we can't we can't keep saying, well, I think there's a correlation to social media. I think there's a correlation. I think we have to quit assuming there's a correlation or there's it's the cause. I think we can definitively say that all of this technology and social media in particular is having a negative effect on the mental health of our students. And so if you look back, in the iPhone, we got it in what 2007. But I was reading an article recently that pointed out that it was 2010 where they think the switch happened, where it really escalated to negatively impacting our students. And that was, this is fascinating to me, that was the front facing camera. So I have my phone here. So you know, we had, when we got the iPhone, they had the camera on the back. That was cool. We could take pictures. But now in 2010, we get the front facing camera. And so what do we start doing? We started taking selfies. I mean, every time I talk to groups, especially kids, I always ask them to look because I don't know if you notice, if you go to your camera, if you go to your photos, it groups all of your selfies in a little in a group, and you can see that number. And so we always have a contest before I speak to students on who has the largest number of selfies, and you'd be astounded at how many selfies they take. But it was that front, so we became, with that front facing camera, so invested and focused on us and how we present to the world. Because I mean, if you think about it, before the front facing camera, you would go through your day and never, or not never, but maybe only when you went to the bathroom, see your face. We weren't so consumed with our our own selves. And 2010 also gave us the gift of Instagram. And so now we're seeing these curated lives, the highlight reel of footage of everyone's life. And it's having a detrimental effect on our kids. So that's the data that I think should encourage all of us to
Well, and I
step in.
Yeah, and I can only imagine the impact of like the filters that we now have on social media,
Oh,
all the just little added things that they've got coming in now that just really struggle with finding that sense of identity that's so important at younger ages.
absolutely.